Exactly.
I'd like to stuff the head of a god and put it on my wall.
Hey, Reggie,
Oh
you want to
no,
go
head.
hunt a god?
All right, we are streaming. Oh, need music. Duh. And it's the creepy music because you guys are in a weird wizard tower.
Are we? Or are we still in town?
No, you went to the tower.
And
Looks
we
like
went inside
town.
it.
Well, I don't have a tower thing, so go fuck yourself.
Oh.
Let's try go
Why'd
like a
you
wizard
make a
tower
tower?
picture.
I thought you were gonna banter at me more, so I took a bite of food.
Mm-hmm.
You made the tower, and they complained about not having a tower.
I don't have a tower map.
What about a picture of a tower
I already described it
with
to you.
with two sides to it? Or
Rest in peace, both of you.
You can just not put that tower right there on top of the buildings.
He can. That's what Bit does all the
It's the
time.
tower.
Oh, that tower. Oh.
Just going to-
wait.
Oh wait, I'm the wrong panel.
There, remember, it said it had two thingies on it.
It did until it fell apart. Because fuck you, stop it.
Oh no.
Tower beaten.
Oh.
Anyway,
Just trying to help you out, Chris.
I appreciate it. Don't. No, it's all good. So last we left off with the locomotivators. You all traversed a forest in the dead of night through a strange mist after failing to bring some bandits out of hiding. And you come across the tower, as I described in the last session, which was a tall, gray tower with teal shingles, two little turrets that come out to the sides from the second and third floor, respectively, and a giant bird perch on top. The front doors, a set of wide wood and iron doors, were slightly ajar as you... I mean, if you can correct me if you're wrong, if you want to take a moment here, you were about to enter inside the tower.
We've already opened the door.
Yeah, I thought we stepped in and that was where we called.
Yeah, I think we kind of stepped in because I called to see if anybody was home, and then nobody responded.
We rationalized that we're only doing the right thing, checking up on the owner.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
I guess as we enter, I'll turn to the group. I remember I was at least walking ahead of everyone. And I'll just turn back. I'm going to assume that obviously we are dealing with somebody of the far more powerful arcane magics. I would suggest, at the very least, we do a brief look around. Don't move anything if it looks delicate. Don't press any buttons. Don't pull any levers. And perhaps, maybe, we could rule out our original theory that the people who were responsible for haunting the manor and our strange disappearing act of cobalt tracks could possibly be tied to this person, whoever owns this tower. But I'd say we keep our stay here short, and we don't stay longer than need to be to at least rule out a theory.
I don't mind taking the time to go look for the owner as well, see if he is higher up in the tower still.
I'm staring at Reggie while she's saying this.
I didn't even know this was a theory. I just thought wizard tower. Go in, see what's going on, maybe kill a mage.
Well,
That would
perhaps
be a
we
crime.
don't need to, but no, yes, this was a theory that I had surmised with Seville, that perhaps the reason for our strange inability to sort of follow a set of tracks and maybe even the magics that have been rumored to be history, part of the town's history, were tied together. This is certainly a oddity to be just appearing out of the blue, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were linked.
Well, I say that is quite a good theory, and I would be eager to explore more, especially to find that beast, whatever was landing on that perch up ahead.
Well, let's at least make sure we can rule out that whoever lives here isn't going to be somebody hostile. I would say strictly to keep our story straight. Should he or she return, we were simply nearby in the woods and happened to notice the door ajar to the strange tower that appeared, and were doing a wellness check to make sure that nothing had happened to the inhabitants.
Reggie is going to take out his gun and start loading it. Sounds good. A peaceful mission.
I will just look to Seville. You keep an eye on him. I'm going to, at that point, begin to... so when we walk in, what's like the general layout of the main level?
Well, first of all, there's no like interior lighting. The only lighting you're getting is from some of the windows that have a bit of moonlight coming through.
Right.
So
I have
it's-
night vision.
You do have night vision
or dark vision.
Dark vision, yeah. I believe
Night
Lesterborn's. I don't think the rest of you have dark vision, do you?
I do not have it.
No,
Nope.
it's just
I just
orange.
want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him. So while the rest of you are kind of like fumbling around a little bit in the dark, Aurelia has a very easy time navigating. I think on this at the end of the last episode, last session, I should say, that it's basically kind of like a long, like open floor lounge kind of area. At the far end, you see the makings of a fireplace that is very obviously not in use at the moment. There are a love seat and two kind of high back, like cushy chairs sitting around a small table that has a few papers on them, a few drinks. Off to the right, you see a small marble island, like shelf area in the middle, and then on the far side you see pots and pans hung up on over a old style stove, and a like in the wall there's like 4 sets of like doors that seem like they're like stone made almost.
Okay.
Like it's like 4 like 1 by 1 foot. No, it would be 2 by 2 foot squares. They're just lined up like top to bottom.
Seeing the fireplace, I'd like to go forward. I have a tinderbox in my backpack. I'd like to see if I could light the fire to give the group here some proper light.
Absolutely, easy enough.
Okay. So I'll go over, I'll grab it, and eventually get a fire going in the fireplace. I imagine that does anything get set off, or is it just a fireplace?
No, nothing gets set off. It just lights up. There's now a soft glow in the lower floor. It now easy for the rest of you to see what you're doing and what you're looking at. And
Are there
I
any
use
stairs I can see with the newfound light?
yes. Off on the left-hand side, like opposite the kitchen area, you see a round staircase going up.
That's where I'm headed then.
I'll just turn to Lestaborn as I hear him clanking up the stairs. Do be careful. And with that, I would like to at least investigate. You said there were drinks on one of the tables, like around the little lounging area?
Yeah, like basically like right like near where you're standing next to the fireplace, there's a small like wooden table low to the ground, has about 4 or 5 drinks on them, and a few papers scattered about.
I would like to investigate the papers and see if I can identify what the drinks are.
Sure. Give me a investigation check.
Investigator.
Oh, damn. 4. Fuck me.
That's you sniff the drinks a bit, and your keen nose picks up a little bit of alcohol. Some of it's wine, but you can tell by the way it smells. It's been out here for a minute, like it hasn't been cleaned up.
Okay.
And as far as the papers go, they are scribbles and everything. It's hard to decipher anything. There's diagrams, like multitude of circles encircling each other, and sketchings inside of them.
Oh, yeah, this is
Looks like some-
complicated.
Looks like some magic shit.
Yeah, some magic shit.
I would like to use primeval awareness. Which
Sure.
I'll send up there.
Okay.
So, yeah, so basically let me know if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead present within a mile.
Actually, since you're in the forest, it's actually within 6 miles of you.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'll consider since you're in the tower in the middle of the forest, it's gonna be your favorite terrain. Let's see. Fae. Okay, so aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Smart.
Once again, you have that sensation of the Fae variety. Off now a bit north by northeast from where you're at. Kind of so much where whenever you were coming back from the, whenever you're going out to hunt the wolves, similar path.
Alright.
As far as the rest of them, yeah, you do sense an aberration very close, like probably in the tower, if not like right outside of it.
Be on your guard, everyone. There's an aberration nearby.
Understood.
Can I use survival to try to scout out if I can sense or feel if anything is off, like if I feel in danger in any way?
I would say this not so much survival. Let's say it's a wisdom check, since it's not about like tracking an animal or anything. This is about having that sixth sense about the dangers around you.
All right.
I'll at this point, pull out like my rapier and keep it kind of at the ready. Has Lestaborn already gone upstairs? Like upstairs?
At this point,
he's-
yeah.
The moment lights on, Lestaborn's curiosity would have taken him elsewhere.
We'll come to Lestborn's in a few moments.
Yeah, I was gonna tell Seville and Reginald I'll head up after him to let him know.
So since this is in the forest, would my natural explorer give me advantage on that wisdom check?
Sure. Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and say that because you're still in the forest area. If it's nearby enough, then yeah.
All right. 13.
13. You get the feeling of being watched, but not like you're being hunted. Just more like a curiosity in the air.
Is Aurelia still nearby? Or does she already head up?
She's like heading
I
up the
didn't-
stairs at this point.
Yeah, it's like a spiral that I could like see down. Like
Yeah.
it's not like okay.
I'm gonna say loudly then, like, just to re-emphasize, do not touch anything. I know Aurelia made a really nice joke about it before, and we all thought, oh, I'll probably swipe one or two things. Don't touch anything. We're being watched.
It wasn't a joke, but I will make sure the more curious of the bunch knows. Stay down here where there's light, and I'll finish heading upstairs.
Okay. Seville, what are you doing?
I am just sort of wandering around. Is there anything that I can discern from just what we've seen so far? Like, would I recognize some of the architecture of it, or anything like that?
Give me a perception check or a history check, either one.
God, motherfucker!
Oh fuck, dude.
I don't see shit.
Even with the newly found light from the fireplace, it's hard to make out a lot of things in here. It's still kind of low lit. I mean, it's made of stone. It's definitely magical. If it's enchanted or if it's literally made for magic, you're not sure. But it's well constructed at the very least.
Well, it appears they didn't skimp on the builders.
I'll make it upstairs. What do I do I see him? Is it still dark up? Is it dark on the second floor?
We'll just kind of rewind like maybe 2 minutes to where Lustborns was going up the stairs initially. Lustborns, when you hit the top of the staircase, you enter a there's little to no light in here except for the moonlight, so you're having a hard time seeing anything. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
12.
12. In the faintest bit of light, you can make out that there is bookcases, of desks.
Do I see any shape of a desk?
You do see a shape of a desk.
And furthermore, do I see any further stairs going up?
On the opposite side, there is another spiral staircase going up.
I'm still trying to see if there's an owner. I'll head there.
Going across the room, Aurelia, you come up the stairs. You see Lustborns kind of like walking very carefully in the dark, heading towards another staircase across the way.
Like, I'll kind of like say to him,
He'd pause and look at her.
don't touch anything. According to Reginald, he not only senses an aberration, but also says that he believes there is a force of something that is watching us. So don't touch anything.
I appreciate the offer, or the advice, I should say, as it was a toss-up between looking through that desk there. He'd motion to the desk to see who this owner is, or going up the stairs, and I almost stopped for the desk.
Well, hold on a minute and let me at least stay near. I'll walk over to the desk. I will not touch it, but I would like to investigate to see if there's anything I can read or pry that is out on the desk.
Let's see. On top of the
Without
desk,
having to like pick
yeah.
up stuff.
But again, with your low light, it's easy for you to see this stuff. You see very similar to what was down on the little desk or the little table downstairs. There's even more papers.
Magical
with
hoopla.
Magical hoopla. There's also notes scribbled out, a little more legible. Like maybe this was going to be like sent out for someone to actually read. And give me, let's see here. Yeah, because you have low light vision. Well, you have dark vision, all that.
Yeah, I have dark
You
vision.
make out a letter, and it's notated as concerning the Vault of Ozir. Please send people out. I have information about where it might be located. I'll need a trustworthy group to investigate and, if possible, reclaim what was in there.
Vault of... How do you spell Ozir?
O-Z-E-E-R.
E-E-R. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that name ring a bell?
Give me a history check.
If she read that out loud, did you read that out loud?
No, I'll say this. I've kind of kept my hand up, like letting you know don't go up until I can like follow.
He's antsy.
I know. I know he is. Let's see. What does it say? I
Especially
get
if she's not reading it.
Hold on, it says... oh, I only get advantage if it's recalling Fey, fiends, or undead. Okay.
This is none of those things.
I was just checking white, so God damn it, dude.
Ozir's something not a common name, but you definitely feel like you've heard it somewhere. But it must have been one of those lectures when your teachers gave that was just not really fitting on you that day.
Yeah. I just look up to Lesterborns. Know anything about an Ozir?
Could I make a check for that?
Absolutely.
19.
19. It takes you a moment. Ozir was back at the very end of the Arcana Max. He was one of a group of people who became kind of the first Wayfarers, the first big name adventuring group on the scene. A very powerful archmage of old. He passed a few centuries back, but he is known to have been basically the precursor, the inventor of many of the magitech that's used to this day. So it's like, basically think of like Tony Stark almost, but a little more low tech. Like
okay.
yeah.
Lestiborns would convey that with a little smile of excitement that he do.
We are dealing with somebody who is looking apparently, or is looking to gather a group of people to find out about, or to discover his vault, whatever it is in it.
Question for DM actually. With
Sure.
that history check, would I know that if this is like a common thing? Like, are a lot of people like we should find his vault for like the loot,
With
or
a,
like
with a 19, yeah, it's mostly talked about as a myth. It's one of those things where it's like people thought it existed, and then some people went out and looked for it, and they came back like it must not exist.
Mhm.
So it's one of those like a treasure island kind of things. It's like talked about so often, but nobody really knows anything about it.
Lestiborns would rub his head a bit. I don't know if that brings much uniqueness to him. It's often a tale I hear of people wishing to find it and setting out to do so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I apologize. The wizard said, there, whoever this is, said he had a lead on where it was.
They have information that may lead to it. Yes.
This individual believes he has a lead on where it is, myth or not.
See, now
Oh.
if true, that's something of unique.
Right. I will then follow. I'll catch up to Lestiborn and I'll walk up the stairs in front of him.
He's trying to. It's the moment you walk towards him, he's turning on his heel.
Back down on the first floor, could I do a check to see if I can see like any runes or insignias that were similar to what we found scrawled in the basement of the manor?
Absolutely. Let me see here. Because you're looking for some
Me
specific,
trying to shove past you. I'm doing this for you. Oh, good, you can't see.
I'll say, Reggie, roll me a investigation check.
17.
17.
Nice.
Look around, inspecting the walls and the floors, inspecting everything you can get your hands on without touching, obviously. And you don't see anything that resembles any kind of runage that was used in the basement. It seems like a very comfy little lounge area.
Well, Seville, I'm out of ideas for down here. Should we go upstairs?
Yes, though. As many have said, I still don't have a great feeling about this. Mage's Towers and all.
Exactly, Seville. You must chase that feeling of uncomfort. That is where great adventures come from. And I'm gonna light a torch, carry it in one hand, and kind of like shoulder my musket
Okay.
and start walking towards upstairs.
Alright. So will you do anything while you're going upstairs? You have something you want to do, or...
Nope. Just going upstairs with them.
Okay. We cut to Aurelia and Lestiborns heading up to the 3rd floor. Aurelia, did you push past Lestiborns?
I'd like to have tried just so I can not have him trip and fall.
Right, he'd let her pass.
Aurelia comes to the... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I want to like make sure I take it slow so that like as I'm reaching the top, if I can, like kind of like peer up to make sure to see if I see anybody.
Sure. Coming to the top, your like head like peeking over the final steps. You see a room again, and shades of black and white. You see a large, you see a large 4-poster bed with like a net, like a mosquito net. Very big fluffy pillows, a giant trunk at the foot of it. The far side you see a door that leads to like a balcony. Oh no, there would be a door that would lead out to the turret. Well, you assume it's a turret because based on where you're spaced at. You
Yes.
see a dresser that's a bunch of like small oddities on top. You see a vanity mirror that's massive. And off into the side on the like near the bed you see like several tables scattered about. Each of them have more papers on top of them.
Do I see another set of stairs that go up or no?
you would see a ladder that goes up into a latched door on top, which you imagine leads to the roof where the giant nesting area is.
I'll walk up. Sate your curiosity, and then I suggest we probably leave.
Listerborns is gonna rush to the mirror.
It is a very nice mirror. Hard to see yourself in because of the darkness in here, but it looks
And
massive.
I am going to cast, because this will cover the whole, once again, detect magic.
Okay. You sense the faintest amount of divination magic on the large vanity mirror. You also see speckles of like magical coloring from the bits and bobs on top of the dresser. And that is it.
Listerborns is going to, That's it? Listerborns is going to touch the mirror.
I just like it.
Okay.
I just like bring up my hands to my head like.
Hey, Les Words, what are you thinking of at this moment?
I guess honestly the wizard, because he's just,
Who's the owner of the
morphic
tower.
yeah, exactly, like a figure whoever he would imagine the owner would like look at. Like he's just curious about the owner.
Nikki, I need you to roll me a D100, if you would.
Excuse me.
Just roll D100.
33.
33?
It matches.
Fancy.
You see the mirror in the what little light you have, it like almost like kind of like becomes backlit almost, and then it seems like it swirls with energy as it kind of like almost like a curtain almost of like smoke wisps in and then retracts, and yeah, you would see a wizard. Looks like a wizard with big robes, has a big hat on. He's smoking a pipe as he's sitting on a little chair. Looks like in a tavern of some kind. He's just like flipping through a book, just reading.
Does the tavern look at all familiar?
No, not to you at least.
Can I roll some kind of history or arcana to see if I recognize or what this mirror is? If it's...
I would say it'd be more of an arcana check for this.
21.
21? This is a scrying mirror. Not used often nowadays due to the availability of sending stones, but this would be more of like checking in on somebody who also has a mirror, although it has the capacity to find other people. You have no idea if this person is the wizard that you're looking for, or just a wizard you picked up by accident because you're just thinking, I need to find the wizard.
Rilia would hear the gears in Listerborn's face and arms spin a little faster for a moment in excitement as he turns to look to her.
Yeah, I'll
It
walk
is
up.
just as I thought. It is a scrying mirror. We can use this to find anyone we wish, as long as we use it correctly.
I see. Well, do we have... I'm gonna walk up to it, and I would like to... Do I need to roll a d100 for this, or no?
Well, it depends. What are you thinking of doing?
I would like to think, where are the thieves that we were tasked to find?
Roll me a D100.
62.
Thinking bandits. Knotsmead bandits. Wanted bandits in Knotsmead. You're trying to like come up with as many like connectors as possible for this to do the search properly.
Keywords.
And as you touch the mirror, the curtains again just swarm in and then swarm out. and you see a couple of bandits. They are dressed in torn leathers. They are sitting in a dimly lit room with a small fire nearby. They're playing cards. Make a perception check.
20.
20.
Oh, I thought that was a
You
nat 20 for a second.
hear-
19.
You hear the faintest bit of like the crashing of waves. They're near water. As you hear a like ah ah. It's a seagull. They're near the coast.
They were down south of the woods. They're by the coast.
I take it you looked for the bandits.
Correct.
Leswords, you see the image on the screen as well.
Okay. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was one person only or not. Gotcha.
Well, we've certainly gained something with this, and judging by what I saw you looking for, I assume you were looking for the owner?
Yes, I was hoping to see if there was someone home first. It is odd that this tower showed up and there's nobody here.
Right. Well, we are being watched, according to Mr. Reginald.
Actually, on that, Westwarns will lift his hand to his mouth and speak into it, and he will cast message to Reginald. Let me double check, make sure.
Sure.
There's message. It's a cantrip. Is this one that has a limit on words or
No, message doesn't have a limit on words per se, but has a limit on range and like distance. I think it's like a
Okay,
distance.
would it
and-
reach Rex on the first floor, 120 feet?
Yeah, because you know the general direction
Um,
where he's at. Because you know like where he's come up the stairs and all that. You would be able to be like, yeah, that's over there.
Okay.
We're on the second floor as well too now, so
I'll cast
left
message
range.
to him.
Yeah.
Up on third floor, we found a scrying mirror, if you know what it is. Could you check if what you detected earlier was watching us has changed as we had touched it? You can reply to this message.
I'll do another wisdom check then to see if I still feel that that presence watching or not.
Sure.
It's a 20.
Ooh!
20. And as you think about it, that watching that you felt disappeared shortly after Aurelia and Lesworns went upstairs. Speaking of, Aurelia and Lesworns, what are
uh-oh.
your passive perceptions?
Passive perception.
Yeah, it should be notated
Yeah,
like
it's
on the
on the
left-hand
left
side.
side of your sheet.
11.
Where you're saving- Yeah.
Lesworns,
Huh?
what is your passive perception?
Oh, I said 13.
13? Okay, no worries, I just want to make sure.
I want to message back just one single word. Run.
You hear a slow creak on the side of the wall as you hear that message back from Reginald.
We should go.
Yeah, Lesterborns is moving, and we'll convey Reggie said run.
Alright, so you're running down the stairs.
Mhm.
Any of you looking behind to see what's
Yes, I
possible?
am. I was gonna say I
I'm
look
not.
behind, unfortunately.
If not, I am running.
Lesworns, it's really hard to see it because of the nature of this creature, but you see when the thin wisps of moonlight that come through the windows, you see strikes of inky black darkness as they dart across, like they're crawling at you. It's like they're not even like, you don't want to see like hands, you see like flaps of darkness, like just like latch to the floor and just drag themselves at you.
Break out into a sprint. I will yell now, by the way, so that Seville and Reggie, if they're not already running, which they probably are, just yell, run!
So flashback down to the second floor. Seville, could you hold this for 1 second? And I'm gonna hand him the torch.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
I
just
take the
take
torch.
aim at the staircase with my musket and prepare to shoot as soon as they pass by. Whatever's chasing them, I want to shoot it as soon as it's visible.
Sure thing.
Quick question. Did I hear him with this whole message?
Yeah, you would have heard it. It's a spoken
You would have
spell.
heard Reggie's side of it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was just inside your head.
No. It's spoken.
Yeah, that's
You
why I
you
asked.
hear it
Okay.
in your head, but you have to speak out loud. That's why it's a cantrip instead of the other one that you can't
Okay.
just think.
Well, when he starts doing that, because there's a possibility of Fae being involved, I'll cast this on us. Where's the... Wait,
So
no.
Cast in
Yeah.
VTT, I think is what you need to hit.
Yeah. God fucking damn it, that's what I hit, you piece of shit.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Display in VTT.
Display VTT. When you mean zone trade, you mean it's for like telling. Well, I guess if it is Faye, yeah, I guess you. Okay. I was making sure that's the right spell you're wanting to use here.
Yep.
Okay. Until spell ends,
I haven't mentioned the Fey presence this time around. Just the aberration. If that changes your.
I've already discussed this with Aurelia.
Okay.
You did hear a
So,
just haunting.
so 15 feet around you, because Reggie is inside of it. Actually, let me see. It's within 60 feet. So, do you want to cast it
I
like
was
on
muted.
your
I was
guys?
gonna say yeah.
Are you doing? Do you want
Yeah,
to cast it
Several
on
and I
yourself?
talked about it.
Yeah, on me.
Okay. So that means both of you make me a charisma save throw, unless you want to choose to fail it.
I'll choose to fail.
Okay.
I'll choose to fail.
All right. You are now incapable of lying without suffering extreme pain. Wait, no. You just know if they figures aware of the spell and thus avoiding answer questions, which can be evasive as long as it remains non-issue.
That's auto fail.
Oh, it's a It's a can't speak a deliberate lie while in the race. Okay, so you don't get hurt by it. I'm thinking of a different thing.
You just can't.
You try to say and it just doesn't come out. So as you cast that spell and Reginald just raises his gun, Lestiborns are really you just come flying down the spiral staircase.
It's like the intro to ZZZ.
Yeah, I just run up to Reggie. I see him, like aiming, and I'm going to just shout for him to fall back behind us, and then like run past him and head towards the next set of stairs.
I am staying still.
Reggie, you see after Lestiborns and Aurelia kind of come down a little bit the stairs, you do see the inky blackness like reach down through the staircase, like pulling itself through the vines.
All right.
You're
I
gonna
shoot it.
All right, roll to attack.
That's a 10.
It's because of the darkness in this room. It's because of where it's not darkness, but the torchlight gives you a little bit of room to aim, but it just goes wide because you're shooting at something that doesn't seem to have any kind of depth. It just seems like it's just darkness all around it. As the gunshot resounds in this hallway in this floor, you see the incubus just stop, and then just retreat back up into the third floor.
I want to call out to it.
I'll say I at least stopped on the stairs when I heard Reggie shoot and like turned to see what the result, and then.
Curiosity would make me do the same.
Mm-hmm.
I want to call out to it. If you come back down and discuss with us, I will not shoot again.
There is no response, no movement.
We should go.
Did any of us? Oh, here, I'll actually say in character. Did any of us recognize what that thing is?
No clue.
I have to agree with Miss Bloodstone here. We should go. And then I'm going to grab the torch back from Settle and start heading up the stairs.
Oh my god.
Can I roll to
See if you recognize it from books and stuff.
to tell whether or not that was a creature or spell?
Oh, ooh, that's a good question. You can either roll me Arcana or Nature.
Okay.
And I was hoping to roll to see if I recognize it as a creature.
There just isn't a god, is there?
Oh no!
I'll also
I
roll
say
if I
this
got
is-
if I got a glimpse of it, since I'm trained in, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I would say all of you can give me an Arcana or Nature check if you want to try to decide between if it's creature or spell. Seville, you got the briefest of looks with the gunpowder flash and all that. It's hard to tell what that was. It just looked like a
His
shadow.
eyes aren't what they once were.
I'll roll this. It's advantage if Fey, Fiend, or Undead related.
It is not.
I
Do
don't
not
give a
worry,
fuck.
Seville.
Dude,
Even with mechanical eyes,
we
I
just don't know
trust
what
you.
it is.
Westerborn's Aurelia,
So,
that was... You don't know what that was.
as I'm walking up, can I roll, not see if I know what it is, but to see if it had a visible reaction to the loud sound of the gunshot?
Yes, remember.
Yeah. Roll me a... What would this be?
I would go with perception because it's trying to see if it noticed anything off about it when the shot rang out.
Or
We'll
insight.
go with... Oh, you know what? Actually, insight would be a better option because you're trying to see if what was affected by it was... what affected was the gunshot.
Alright, insight?
Insight, yeah.
Alright, and since I'm in forest, would that also still be advantage since it's a wisdom related check?
No, because this isn't about being like a creature of the forest. This is about
Alright,
understanding
yeah,
a
too.
monster's actions.
I had to check.
That's all good.
14.
14.
Ooh.
The gunshot, you don't think the gunshot scared it necessarily? You think the gunshot probably just made it stop and think for a moment. It wasn't like an immediate run away from the sound. It was like a stop, as though like it was thinking. It was contemplating something before retreating back.
I'm going to turn back to the group and just say, you guys can join me if you want, or you could wait down here. It's up to you. But
You're
I
the
saw
one that said to
creature-
run.
I saw
already
that creature
following him.
ponder its choices when the shot rang out. If it can think about its own survival, it can be reasoned with.
What is
And
our
I'm going
goal
to turn
here?
around and just
Before
keep
you leave,
walking up.
Reggie, what is our goal here? I may join you, but why would we need to speak with it?
Don't you still have unanswered questions about this tower? Maybe the creature inhabiting it would know.
Westerborn ducks his head in shame and trudges forward.
Aurelia, since you're the one that's closest to the staircase to the first floor, you would be the first to hear movement at the front door of the tower.
I'll just turn and look at the group and just... There's someone here. And I just kind of like motion down.
The
Then you guys
turret
feel
on
free to
the
check
outside, or upstairs. That turret, was that a window?
No,
I think it was literally like a platform to walk out to the turret, right?
No, we just said balcony, but no, balcony would have been on the other side. You would have seen the door that would lead to the turret on the outside. On the third floor, I
Okay.
should say.
We should probably go up then.
I'm going
If this wizard is malicious,
Now, I
we
didn't
have
get
been
across
here
this
quite a bit of
before
time.
because you guys were really locked onto the staircase. But
That's
there is
okay,
a,
okay. They're
this-
going upstairs.
I was wanting to tell you as well, there is a turret on the second floor.
Yeah.
But,
So they're heading up.
yeah.
I have a bunch of. I would have clarified. I have rope to, in the attention of we could possibly lower down on the outside, which is why I brought it up. And if upstairs is the only way to the outside, then we must take it. If this wizard is any form of malicious, we do not wish to meet him after being in his abode for too long.
Fuck. I'll follow.
You're all going upstairs?
Yes.
But I do not think we should interact with this creature again now, Reggie. I think we should focus on escape.
If you want to prepare an escape, go for it. But I want to reason with this creature and see if I can learn anything more.
And at that point, we
Just
should
keep him busy
potentially
then.
just reason with the goddamn owner, who might be back downstairs.
How do we know that's the owner and not this.
That it seemed to retreat earlier. I think if it was this, it would have just pushed forward.
Indeed. If it can think, then as Reginald says, it could be reasoned with. As much as I find it, not necessarily distasteful, just unnerving being in this tower, it would be best to get as much information as we can while we are still at this town's behest, as it were.
As you all are
So we need to
talking,
pick right now. Quick, we
Yeah.
have to pick.
as you all are talking, the unseen candelabras that were hanging from the wall light up on the second floor, and now you have a fully illuminated library.
I'm moving up. Yeah, like I've given. I'm moving.
Yeah, I'm like already on the staircase on my way up to the third floor.
At least out of sight from the second floor. For now.
Okay.
Before I step fully into the third floor, I would like to toss my musket down and toss my hand axe down on the ground in front of me. And then just say, I'm unarmed. I'm just coming to talk.
As you enter the third floor area.
Yes.
Okay. The room is still darkly lit by moonlight. What about the rest of you? You guys up the staircase as well, right behind him, or?
Yep, up the staircase.
Yeah, waiting for if he does get the creature's attention, Lesterborns will hustle to the balcony, and start tying rope, using his rope.
Okay.
If the creature gets
Interacts with Reggie.
Yeah.
You said there was a door to a turret out on the second floor, correct?
Yes, there is a door that leads to a turret on the second floor.
I'm not gonna go to the third floor. I'm gonna go out that door.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Reggie, as you say, you know, I'm unarmed, I'm come to talk peace and all that, the room remains dimly lit. Give me that wisdom check once more.
Just a straight wisdom check, or the one for being watched that I did
The one for
earlier?
being watched, yeah, the
Okay.
advantage one, because, you know, you're trying to see if this thing is still here, if it's still around.
11.
11?
Mm,
You don't feel its gaze on you. It's possible it's hiding, or it may have left. Or might be pursuing something else.
Now that the owner's got here, maybe.
Does the light cause you distress? As I can extinguish the torch I have if it would be to your favor.
There is no
I just want
response.
to look around. No, is there any like creaking in the floorboards or anything like that?
Nope. Silent.
I'm going to extinguish the torch.
Still silent.
I'm gonna walk further in. Are there any rooms or anything where it could have retreated to?
There are two doors, one of which, Lesterwords is kind of like hovering around, which would be the door to a balcony, and the other one is a door that leads to the turret that is connected to the third floor. There's also up a ladder. There is the lash that leads, looks like it leads to the roof where the giant bird squatter is.
Lesterborns, could you do me a favor and secure those for me? And I point to my weapons.
Unless
And
someone will
then
grab them.
I'm going to climb up the ladder, and I want to not open the hatch, but inspect to see if the hatch was recently opened or like flung open for anything.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
19.
19. There doesn't seem to be any dust, so if it did open, it was pretty recently. I mean, this looks like actually it's pretty regular use.
Alright, I'll climb back down. It's possible that our shadowy friend has exited upon our arrival or the other guest arrival.
I would be out the door at this point, working on the rope.
We're gonna take this moment. We're gonna cut to Aurelia, who's on the second floor, entering the turret. Entering this turret, you see a finely decorated kind of like small bathroom. It is. It is. There's a very nice like clawfoot tub with a very fine like silk shower curtain. It just looks very nice and regal in here. There is a. There's like the little sink area. There's a little wash basin. There's a large like tie-dye towel, and then a pink hand towel for drying off your hands. And then like looks like it's like almost like draped across the ceiling. You see this massive fucking towel. Like it looks like it belongs on a giant.
Oh.
But it looks like just a very nice bathroom.
So there's no turret. It's a bathroom.
I mean, it's a turret that leads into a bathroom. It's just it holds the bathroom.
Wait, huh?
And that was
Okay.
common in real life. Turrets
Oh.
or bathrooms.
Are we thinking? I'm thinking of a turret, like a shoots turret.
No.
Like a
it's a
circular
tower. It's basically like a
window.
shoot-off tower.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, does he have like magical turrets? I was like, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry. No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
I will try to.
Oh, Sal's computer blew up apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
I will try to just kind of brace myself against the wall, like next to the door, and just listen and be prepared to, like, you know, I guess jump if somebody like comes in.
Sure thing. Sorry, I had to plug in my headset because it's getting low on battery.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
It was a bathroom,
I went into a bathroom.
Okay.
Reginald.
and I'm tying a rope.
Reginald
the
didn't
balcony.
make the thing come out.
Gotcha.
As you kind of like, or as you kind of like put yourself against the wall, kind of like probably where the door kind of like meets in, so you kind of like be behind it. You do hear the like soft patter of like just tuk, 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 like footsteps.
Walking around outside.
Mm-hmm. Singular. So it's like
Mhm.
one person. And you hear a small voice go like, upstairs? Oh boy. Must be one of those damn kids. She continues walking towards the, in the direction of the staircase.
I will walk. I will. Ah, shit. I know that Lestaborn is trying to make an escape with a rope.
Yes, that's what I brought up earlier.
I will step out of the bathroom.
Okay.
Not quite. Second floor, actually. I'll say as I step out.
You see, going up to the stairs and about to climb them up, you see I'm gonna grab. Oh, that's not the right place. I need to go on this side because this is where the actual stuff is. You see a older woman with pointed ears, white hair, very clearly elven heritage.
It's a witch.
As she stops and turns back, she is wearing not quite what this is. Like she does have that green like top, but she looks like she's wearing like fishing gaiters. Like she just came back from like fishing. And she turns back, it's like, uh-huh. And you are
Local from the Wayfarers Guild. Simply was going through the woods and saw quite the flash. And by the time I stumbled upon the tower, I was concerned for the inhabitants as I saw the door swung open. It was kind of doing, I guess, a welfare check. I assume you're just. Are you from around? I've never seen this place before.
Well, you're definitely not a local of Knotsmead, because the people there know me pretty well.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I come here every few months, fishing season.
Yeah. As I said, local, I guess, in of the sense that I just work for the Wayfarers. But if they know you here, then wonderful. I'll be on my way, and I do apologize for meandering around your home.
Oh, it's no
But-
problem at all, but I think you should probably get your friends out of my room. I see my little side project apparently spooked them a little bit, and I don't want them messing around my stuff up there. Could be bad for their health.
Understood. I do apologize. But clearly you mean no harm, and the locals, if they do indeed know you, is no problem. I do apologize again. I'll go get them.
Oh, don't worry. I'll handle it. And she looks up at the staircase and just goes, Tommy Gunn, send him down. And at that point, you guys hear upstairs, you hear this different voice shouting up as coming from, like, upside the wall, you see that same shadow just, like, leap out with, like, several eyes just staring at each of you. And just, like, climbs, like, peels off the wall and starts, like, clumping at you.
Hello, sir. I was hoping we could discuss, just a little bit, get to know each other.
It's just gonna start, like, waving its arms around. It's, like, thin wisps of darkness as it tries to, like, corral you down the stairs.
I will.
Will
go
you be
down the
coming
stairs.
alongside us?
It just keeps trying to push you back to the wall. It seems like it's going with you.
I have a really quick question.
Sure.
So, the Zone of Truth Seville started earlier was on the second floor. Would it reach into where Aurelia was communicating?
15 feet.
I'm on the second floor with her.
Yeah, that's where the Zone of Truth is.
Yeah. It would still be up there.
Could she have lied about the locals knowing her?
Could you have lied?
Well, it was in the midst of the room, and she was at the stairs, so... But she probably would have walked through it, so I'm gonna go ahead and see about this.
I didn't know it was there. If he wants to put it on me, I'm going to make a check.
It's not a person,
Because-
it's on a space.
Right. Right,
Um,
that's what I mean. I would be making a check then to see
Oh.
if I can succeed lying.
Sure, if you want to.
Because I'm definitely lying.
Sure. What is your save DC?
DC 13 is what it was.
13? Let's see. Failed save creature can speak. You know whether each creature sees or fails on save throw.
DC 13.
Before you hear that voice level, you feel someone cross the threshold of your spell, and they save against it.
Okay. I feel this.
Yeah, you feel it because it is your spell, and it does notify you whenever somebody saves from the spell or they fail it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm still upstairs getting ushered down, so.
I will speak to the beast. 1 second, I need to... one quick second. I'm going to open the door to where Lesty is. Like, Lesty, the beast is back. He wants us to go downstairs.
Oh, I left the door open, so I was hustled downstairs pretty quickly. The moment it looked like I was allowed to go downstairs, I would have. Assuming things were, caught.
This woman will look back at you, Aurelia, and just go like, if you and your friends wouldn't mind joining me down in my lounge, be a little more comfortable than staying in this library.
Absolutely. And I will head on downstairs and be compliant.
All right. I imagine eventually the rest of you are coming downstairs as well.
I'm going to continue to try to talk to the beast. I'm assuming to no
Jesus.
response the entire time down.
Not a
but-
single response.
All right.
As you are all ushered downstairs into the lounge area with the fireplace burning still, You see this woman walk up to the little table and she grabs these papers and stack them up. She's like, "Sorry about the mess. Just been working too hard and it's finally time for some me time. Decided to come out here for some fishing." Throws them to the side, grabs the drinks, and just throws them into the fireplace. "I'll get new ones." She walks to the kitchen and starts grabbing out some glasses. "How do you feel about wine, whiskey, or water?"
Wine, preferably.
Wine.
I believe I've had my fair share of whiskey tonight. Just the water should do fine.
One water. And the other two?
Nothing for me, thank you.
I like her so far.
Water's fine.
All right. One wine, two waters, and she thinks for a moment. Fuck it. Whiskey for me. She brings the glasses along and sets them in front of each of you. As she takes one of the big, comfy chairs and just, So, you were out in the woods and saw a weird tower show up inside to peek inside, huh?
More or less. The woods is where I tend to reside, if you couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you've heard of me. My name is Reginald Van Buren.
To be
Thank
fair,
you.
you said. Wait. You mentioned that you come here regularly.
Every few months or so.
Would you happen to know anything about that manor back in town?
Sad thing happened to that. I wasn't here when it happened. That happened, well, it happened in the off season, so I wasn't here fishing when it happened. Otherwise, I would have done something about it. But, I mean, I heard it's now a national monument or what have you, being protected, preserved.
Yes. I just looked at Seville and I'm gonna try to like see if I can't possibly like make some nonverbal like contact about should I just be like blunt with her. I don't know how possible that would be.
I'll kind of nod because in my head I know that she can be lying.
Okay.
To be fair, the
But
zone of truth thing is
I don't
only when
think there's a
they're
good way for
in the
me to-
fields.
Huh?
The zone of truth thing is only when they're in the field, I believe.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
but
we're out of
Seville
it.
has enough knowledge to know that if they pass the save, that means there's a possibility they were planning on covering up the truth.
Okay.
I'll
So
just turn.
the will to lie could be there just with the knowledge that the save was passed.
All right, so he
Yeah.
nods to me, so I'll take that as my sign to just. I'll be blunt. As I did inform you, we were members of the Wayfarers Guild. We had recently picked up a job to check on a sort of haunting that was going on at the manor. We were able to exorcise the problem, but did find unexplained tracks, if you will, leading away from the gravesite there. And they inexplicably disappeared. So you'll forgive me if our curiosity upon seeing a teleporting tower appear out of the woods led us to want to investigate to see if there was any sort of tie-in. Of course, not accusing you, merely investigative curiosity.
That's understandable. If, like you said, if I had come across some weird tracks and a strange thing showed up, I'd probably be assuming some things as well.
And I'd certainly not like to assume, so
No, you should be
Again.
assuming. It's a safe assumption at times. You should trust your instincts more, girl. It might save your life one day.
well,
That
my
being
ins-
said, I
Mhm,
haven't been around here in about 8 months. So,
I see. Well, that would certainly be out of the range at the time they said the haunting happened. So I will then remove my suspicions, and if it's all right with you, we could return. We do have a train to catch tomorrow.
true.
Miss Ori, we cannot be leaving so soon. We have yet to even get formal introductions across.
No,
You-
Here we
you
have
should
gone
just-
into this stranger's home, and we have not even asked their name.
Finally, someone with some manners. Well,
So
and
what is your name then?
you can call me Lola.
Lola.
I like my
I quite like
privacy.
the ring of it.
I do have a question for you then, Lola, if you don't mind.
Shoot, kid.
It is not often that someone returns to their home and finds 4 strangers within it and offers to sit down with them with tea. I will ask you bluntly, are we in any danger?
Well, that depends, kiddo. Are you planning on causing trouble?
No, none was our intention from the start.
I was being honest when I said we were merely investigating.
I trust that. If you really were wanting to cause trouble, Tommy Gun would have taken care of you. And she looks up at the ceiling and you see this inky
Yeah.
blackness just kind of hanging around, just watching you all.
Tommy
Just
gun.
what is that creature?
Oh, he's just a little friend I picked up from the Inkwell. He's still learning how to form stuff. When I found him, he was just a big blob, but he's starting to form hands and feet. Eventually, he might be able to walk and talk like a person.
Do I recognize what the Inkwell is?
Yeah, it's in terms of planar theory, it is opposite the Feywild. It is a strange monochrome world where things are either formed or formless. There's no like
What-
strange weirdness in between.
Would that, since it's opposite it, would that association to someone that's not used to sensing it be an explanation for why we were sensing face shenanigans?
No. What you
Okay.
sense was him as the aberration. He's a strange creature.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
aberration.
Faith stuff is
It is-
way out there in the north.
It is quite the fantastic friend you found there.
Oh yeah. Had a little stint out there in the Inkwell, just sailing around for a little bit, and then eventually picked him up out of the road, and he's been hugging my leg ever since.
I'm sure there are quite fantastic beasts in such an area.
She looks at the gun on your back and just goes like, "There are."
Oh, please don't misunderstand. I wish no harm to you or Tommy up there.
I sniffed the wine. Is there anything funky with it?
Make a perception check, or I guess an investigation check, either one.
20.
20. You sniff it, and you had your fair share of wine. You don't sense anything. You don't smell anything. It seems like poison, paralytic, or anything untoward. It seems like
All right, I
Very
start
fine wine.
sipping.
yeah, tastes good. It's a fine red.
Ooh. Ooh. My preference.
See, a big misunderstanding about my line of work is people think it's all about killing. And true, the hunt is a good aspect of it, but it's also an appreciation of the beauty you can find in nature.
Fair enough. I'm just saying. I just noticed the massive fire stick you got on your back, kid.
Well, it comes in handy when I'm being hunted. On that note, I do want to issue an apology now before you find it, but there may be a bullet hole in your wall.
Some spackle and some stone will be cleared up in a minute. I'm not too worried. Wouldn't be the first time this place got hit with something big.
Yeah, then. Miss Lola. Again, I do apologize for the disturbance. We can get out of your hair.
If you want to.
I
mean,
agree with such.
Oh.
Out of character, real quick, was the vault discussed to Reggie?
Yes, I only said it to Lesterborn.
Okay.
What's that?
The vault of
Vault of Osier.
Oh, on the second floor. Right. Yeah.
I will. You know what? Fine.
I
I'll bring
forgot
it
about.
up.
I'm sorry. Curiosity will also make me bring it up if you'd rather.
Okay, you do it. Then it
you.
makes more
Okay,
sense for
okay.
you.
I almost forgot. I do apologize. I have a certain knack of having no control over satiating my curiosity. And as we were on the second floor, we had taken a peek, and I had noticed that we're not on the zone truth, right? Yeah, no, we're on the
No.
first floor.
You're on the first floor. You're fine.
Bullshit.
Nope.
I had noticed you had mentioned the vault of what was the name?
Ozier.
Ozier.
Ozier, and I couldn't help but notice you had mentioned such seems very unlikely after everything I've heard about the matter.
You did say in the note, I do believe, you were looking for people who could help you find it.
You're a bunch of nosy kids. Not
Wait,
saying
what?
I'm against that. Nosiness is good. Curiosity.
High eyebrow cocks
And
at
we have a
that.
dog.
We were here on an investigation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the vault exists for sure. I know it does. But it's not meant for me to find.
What do you
But
mean?
It wasn't for me. It's meant for,
Wayfarers?
more or less, anybody willing to take up the risk of exploring and adventuring. That's why I wanted to hand this information out to kiddos like you, wayfarers, adventurers, and the like, to explore it, find it.
You'd each hear the gears in Westaborn's body start to turn faster. And
Reggie starts to make eye contact with Seville and kind of like gives Seville a nod and waits to see if Seville gives one back.
I
just rub my temples.
I'm not 100% convinced still by the fishing. I kind of, instead of nodding, kind of glance over at him and cock my head sort of side to side, I guess.
Which
Well-
Westaborn's? Oh no, go ahead.
Well, Miss Lola, if you feel so inclined, I'm sure we all here would like to hear more about what kind of a lead you have. If you don't wish to give us the full information, feel no pressure to. I understand that meeting strangers in your own home is not exactly the best way to find a group of adventurers.
Well,
Shall we
speaking
have
of
a
strangers,
curiosity?
you haven't given me your all's names yet.
Ah, Reginald Van Buren.
Oh, you were the only one that did.
I'm a huntsman by trade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You may have heard of me, but then again, word does travel fast, but for someone who's constantly on the move, such as yourself, it might be avoided.
That doesn't quite ring a bell yet.
Ah, the name's Lesty.
Lesty, huh?
He'd give a nod.
Okay.
I apologize. I don't have exposition about my role to follow my name.
No, it's fine. It's understandable given the nature of your existence.
Westaborn would actually tuck his hood down.
No.
There's no need to hide from me, kiddo. I could hear the gears whirring in your mind whenever you came in here.
Such is not why I hide.
Well, hopefully that day will pass and you can show yourself proudly.
Little gear turns.
Alright, you two? Looking at Seville and Olivia.
Yeah, I am Father Seville Argus.
Okay. Holy
I'm
man.
gonna hold up a 1 on my hand stealthily and while looking at Aurelia, trying to message just say the first part.
Aurelia. Aurelia.
Sorts.
Aurelia.
Yes.
She eyes you for a
My-
moment and then goes,
My friends call me Ori.
Ori. That's a cute name.
Thanks.
So how long y'all been traveling together?
Literally, what?
2 days.
2 days.
About-
Woo!
Yes, a couple of days. We met on a train.
Perhaps actually this should be some good input. What do you think of the name Locomotivators?
We met on a train.
I visibly look disgusted.
She stops for a moment, looks you all over, and goes, I mean, it ain't the worst I ever heard, but definitely could use a bit of workshop.
Do you have any recommendations?
I'm working on it.
Shit. I don't know you all well enough to really say.
We met on a train.
I mean,
You said that, Leslie.
Locomotive is as good as any name for the moment,
That is
but
about all
definitely
we
you
have.
should look at rebranding.
Yes, I
Oh,
should.
perhaps
I'm-
once we find a noteworthy mission to go on, a rebrand would be in order.
Yes, very much. So then, would you like to take the father up on his offer to? What am I saying? I actually like stop myself. It's you all can certainly look for it. Mhm.
Are you wanting to know about the vault?
Information would not hurt. However, I agree with Aurelia. I am not sure if we have the time for it, even though it pains me so.
Hell. Well, it'll
But
be there,
please.
so you know. I mean, it might be there. Maybe somebody did find they just never told anyone. You won't know until you go there, and you don't have to go there if you don't want to or if you don't find the time. But if you want to know anything about it, then
Yes,
I
I,
can
want
tell
to
you a
know.
little bit.
Please. He actually, like, every word he inches closer almost.
Well, from what I remember, more than likely it would be up in the north, near the mountaintops, specifically in the deep ice woods. That'd be up north near, let me grab my notes for that zone in particular. Where is it? Where's the map? There's the map. Where is the image? Oh, I need to grab the actual image because that image on my document is too small. Let's see. Marion maps. I'm gonna pull over here. That'd be up north near the capital of Sylphmaker, which you all know is the cold north. It is the barrier between the northern section of Dine and the ice wastes that the basically the orc bands roam about. So it's like a big military line up there.
Such
Well,
as
that is quite a ways away from where we currently are,
Indeed.
rather dangerous.
and even farther by train travel, as we've been previously moving about.
It'd take you at least 3 weeks by train. But
May
if you
I
ever
ask-
find yourself up in that way, you can go look for it.
May I ask, you said that if you remember, it is up there. Are you the source that you had mentioned in your notes, or may I ask where you had learned this from?
Lusty, give me an insight check.
Thank God, it was almost a nat 1. Holy crap, 22.
What's that like?
It's great. I love it.
So, you see there's this faint like glimmer in her eye. And it's not like a magical effect. It's more like you've seen people recite information they read in books, but when you see her think about where she got this information, you see fond memories. You see thinking about old times.
Mm.
Oh man,
You
it's
see-
like Blade
you-
Runner.
And she just see her think from it was like, source is they're gone now, but I remember the last thing he told me was he hid it nice and away up in the north. He liked his cold spots.
Lestiborn's equivalent of a mouth would curve into a little smile as he gives a nod. I will at least write this down as being a trusted source. And he starts scribbling the notes of the meeting into his journal.
Sure thing.
I am ready to go, however, if any of you are. I would rather not miss the train tomorrow and have to spend another week here.
I suppose probably for the best.
Indeed. Unfortunately, we will keep an eye out, but unfortunately, our interests at the moment might take us elsewhere.
Especially
Your
with this train delay.
hospitality, just in spite of our intrusion, is much appreciated.
Now it's all good. You remind me of some friends I used to know. That's all.
DM,
Yeah.
real quickly, the location that we're going to on the train, what's the name of that city again?
Tearstrove.
Is that like the next stop or the final location for it?
It basically stops there because at that point you'd be going into the sea nearby in order to cross over to Southern Dine. So the train basically goes up and around, like basically goes from Tearstrove up to Knotsmead, then to Gimbleville, then around the northern section. So in order to travel from Tearstrove south, you have to go by boat or by airship.
Ooh.
Well then, Miss Lola, thank you for entertaining us tonight. And in case you're interested in some more conversations or some even more, maybe some excitement, we will be heading to Tearstrove as of tomorrow, and this is one highly mobile home you have here. I'm going to give a big smile when I say that. And I have it on good account that there is a presence of manticores down in Tearstrove that might be an interesting to a hunter such as yourself. I know it's not fish, but
Oh no, I don't deal
trust
with
me, it gives
hunting
the same
monsters.
high.
I've put that behind me. I just fish for the fun of it now.
well, if the manticores are nearby, they have to be eating something.
And I'll leave that to you youngsters to take care of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But please, if you have any need to communicate with us further, you know where we'll be.
I can always find you kids.
I hate
Ha.
to be so wishy-washy about this. One more thing came to mind.
Sure, shoot, kid.
Earlier, we had accidentally touched your scrying mirror up on the third floor. I was hoping I could ask if there's any form of payment we could give to use it one more time.
You could indulge me. Let's see here. Well, let me ask you all. What are you looking for?
The truth.
Truth? What about the rest of you? Looking for the truth as well?
I'm looking for redemption.
Redemption. How about you, old timer?
I am looking for some spot of vengeance. I believe so.
Oh, wasn't expecting that. And you, young lady, what are you looking for?
Recognition.
She just keeps training her eye on you, Aurelia. Like she's trying to piece something together. Well,
I just swirl the little cup of wine and then take the last sip of it.
fair enough. What? I'll say you can use my mirror one more time.
Well, let's see. You're the one that asks, so.
I very much so appreciate it.
No problem.
And he is going to hustle up the stairs.
Lola will follow you upstairs.
I will not follow. I will instead walk outside because she's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm.
Rudgy is going to follow them outside and just kind of softly say, "Is anyone else feeling strangely turned on right now?"
Oh my lord.
I slap him upside the head.
Had that one coming. deserves that.
Well, she's clearly not going to do anything to us, so I'm safe to assume Lester Barnes is in safe hands, and we should very much, when he returns, get back and prepare to travel tomorrow.
Yes.
It is unfortunate we didn't find anything much more about the bandits. I did manage to get a lead, so I will turn it into the Wayfarers Guild, but I don't quite know how much help it will be.
Alright. We will cut to Lester Bourne's going upstairs with Lola. To the third floor where the scry mirror is. She flips her fingers and the torches around the room light up, revealing the entirety of the room with the fine rugs and all that. It just looks very proper. She goes over to the mirror and kind of just waves it, clears it off. It's like, all yours, kiddo.
Now remind me, I must know what the person looks like, or at least the better I know what they look like, the better my chances of success, correct?
That's correct.
Keep think for a moment. All right, I have two possibilities I wanted to do here. One, I had a question for the DM.
Sure.
What exactly is my lead on Jarek? What am I going to Tierstrove for exactly?
You were.
Was it like a person I need to find there? Or
You were.
like was it a name?
You were coming to check in about leads. The last thing that you were told is that it had to do. Let's see, what was it? Let me double check my notes real quick. According to the last bit of information you got from your contacts, they told you that it was a orchestrated attack. That the mishap that occurred in the laboratory was not a mishap of normal means. It was a intentional, like a plant, essentially. Like a sabotage.
And they believe the people of the sabotage came from Tierstrove?
Indeed.
Did they give any descriptions about the people, or was it just we know it's a group of people from there?
They found... Let's see. Yeah. According to what they found in the area, there were discarded clothes, basically like stuff they just tossed off in order to blend back in with the crowd. Among them was a simple, tattered, like, sachet that had a mark of a golden hand on it.
All right. Originally, I was going to do chapter 1. I thought that would be a real good one to try. But instead, I'm going to touch it, and as I'm touching it, I'm going to picture golden hand, the clothing that was left behind, and any visages of the workers that were there that night, outside of Jarek.
Okay. Roll me
to try and home it.
Roll me a D100.
94.
Holy fuck!
Holy shit.
Oh, I
Couldn't
focused.
be me.
You lock in, and you're brought back to that moment, the explosion and everything, and you kind of like rewind back. You're trying to remember every face you saw, every person that you saw in the lab, what they were doing, what they were wearing, and your mind just flickers back and forth across this moment as you kind of pull back to a specific worker. You don't recognize him. He didn't seem like one of the ones that were normally around when Jarek was working. He must have been a new hire, but after the explosion, you never saw him again. That must be him. That has to be him. You can't make out his face. He's wearing goggles and stuff. It's hard to make out his face, but you know that's not
Any kind of race? Like, do I see anything with the ears or any?
slightly pointed.
humanoid?
So he'd be like a half elf, probably.
Gotcha. Any hair?
It's underneath a cap. It's like it looks like it's kind of tied up like inside a cap to kind of keep it out of the machinery.
Gotcha. But at least I see he has.
But you just see the
just
ears
not what it
poking
is.
out.
Gotcha.
He's
Okay.
he's kind of on the shorter side, probably like 5'6", 5'5". But for a half elf, I should say.
Mhm.
And your mind like locks in on him, and you're like, he seems like the most likely person. And as you touch the mirror, you see the curtains just, and then you see a dark hut, like it's dilapidated. You hear the crickets of night. You hear the splashing of water. It seems to be water near water of some kind, but it's not like crashing away. It's more like a lapping, like it's near a lakeside. And you see this half half elf, the pointy ears. One of them seems to be like missing part of his ear now, and he's kind of sitting there just like munching on some jerky. I just kind of sitting staring at this fire, and he's like looking down at the bag next to him, and he's like thinking really hard. He's focused.
Mhm.
And you just see him sitting there just biting on that jerky and just goes, haven't gotten paid yet. This is bullshit. One and done, I told him. One and done. They're gonna be running all over this place. Well, soon enough. He pulls out a small piece of parchment and looks at it. It's like, okay.
Can I see
and-
what's on the parchment with a
Make
perception
a-
check?
Perception check, yeah.
Oh, 6.
It's fast. I mean, but the way he's pointing at it, looks like it's a map. And he's just like, okay, I head east and by boats. Yeah, all right. As he gets up, the curtains close once more. And you
In
return.
that moment, I was gonna ask earlier if just real quick if I could do one last perception check.
What are you looking for?
The bag. Was there anything special about like any signifiers on the bag? Did it look like or anything special that he got the thingy out of?
Because of the nature of the scrying mirror and all that, I'm gonna say you can make a perception check, but it'd be a disadvantage.
No prob.
I was waiting for you to roll like double 20s.
It'd be awesome. 6. Or no, sorry, 13.
13,
6
yeah, I
is
was
my
saying.
last roll. Yeah.
Okay, so 13. It's a tan bag. You don't really see much on as far as markings. It looks like a usual satchel or something, like a travel bag.
Mhm.
You don't see anything that would indicate where it came from or where they're going or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So, just as a quick summary, I heard splashes of waters, crickets, which means it probably like wasn't in town. He's elf. Part of his ear is missing now. Did I get any more deep? Is he still wearing like a hood that makes it so I can't see his hair and stuff?
He probably wouldn't be wearing his hood at this point. So his hair is long, tied back into like he has a blonde ponytail.
Blonde ponytail. Okay, so he's Oscar. That's a great way for me to easily remember him. All right, and then I guess as I'm thrown out of the or not thrown out of, as the curtains kind of close in on him, Lestiborns will turn around to Lola and give a very quick nod of his head. Thank you, and he's gonna rush off.
Well, careful down the stairs, kiddo.
You hear him trip down the stairs.
Ah, shit.
I'm all right. He's gonna take off again.
Alright. She'll fall downstairs after you and walk you to the door if you're already out there, and she sees the rest of you standing out there in on the field. Are you sure you guys don't want to stay the night?
Oh, we've got a bit of an investigation to follow up on before we leave tomorrow.
Plus, even though it'll make us more tired in the long run, it's best we stay in town and have a less sleep and still make the train just in case, instead of a hike.
Yes.
Understandable.
Is the maze still up?
Maze. Oh.
I chuckle at that.
Oh yeah, that's just to keep people out sometimes. Figure if I put up a big tower and a big bunch of mist, people who don't know won't come near. But guess I gotta rethink that strategy. And she'll snap her fingers. You see the gears underneath the tower just kind of stop as the mist kind of subsides fast.
Thank
Alright.
you.
Should have an easier time getting back to town now.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you again for the hospitality. We will maybe see you in the future.
Probably.
And-
She'll walk back into her tower and close the doors.
We should go.
Yeah, unless someone else had something they wanted to do, as they were walking back, Lestiborns would try to tug Seville to the side a bit for a
Yep.
one-on-one.
I'll just walk forward and let them have their space, but I'm also keeping distance from Reginald.
I am walking forward, trying to catch up to Aurelia.
Probably telling a story about what about this panther?
Can I tell you the one about the panther?
Well, I'm sober now.
Oh, so the jaguar.
Yeah.
Did I tell you one about the panther? Sorry, now that I'm sober, I remember it was pink.
Seville. Just a moment of your time. When I was in there, I used the mirror. I don't know if Reggie had told you earlier after the message, but there was a scrying mirror. And if you do not know what that is, it allows me to look, or the user to look in on
I
someone.
know what a scrying mirror is, my boy.
I'm glad. I used it on the lead that we had been given for Tierstrove, and I have a rough idea of who it is we are looking for. And he's going to describe. He has it written down in his journal, but he's going to describe that it's the half elf, chipped ear, blonde hair, ponytail, 5'5", 5'6", and somewhere with crickets. And he also would mention that he needs to go east to water to get on a boat. That's about all I could gather. I don't know if that rings any bells for you, but at least we have more information to go on when we get there.
Yes. Well, there's just one more thing to look for. This is the best lead we've gotten in a while. Thank you, Lesty.
Ah, it's no problem. Thank the mirror. It did most of the work. Have you told them? He would say, looking to the other two. I don't know if you have plans to
I've
stick with the group or
given
not.
I've given Aurelia a basic rundown, but I don't know about that Reginald fellow. Hard to. The way that alcohol seems to loosen his tongue, in spite of how he manages to keep it. I don't even know what the word would be around that nice fellow we met the other day.
Nice fellow.
Yes, the fellow hunter seemed like a
The one
nice
he
guy.
described as Satan.
Ah, that was Reginald's description, and are you really going to trust his judgment on that?
Lestiborns would give a nod of his head. I do really like Reggie. He is at least nice and will very clearly offer his effort, but for the risk of information, we should keep both Aurelia and him on just a need-to-know basis for now. I
At
agree.
the moment, probably the best course of action.
Alright. If you think of anything, just let me know.
Absolutely.
And Lestiborns is gonna hustle forward and join in listening to like Reggie's story. No matter how many times Reggie tells his stories, Lestiborns will listen.
Reggie's not telling a story. He's just trying to keep up.
Dang, he won't hustle ahead then. He'll just walk with Seville.
I will march my ass back to town.
All right. Easy enough. Now that the fog is dissipated, I'm going to make you roll for it. You've traversed these woods enough, especially with Reggie being at home in the woods. Easy enough for him to navigate you all back, and eventually you find yourselves back in Knotsmead.
And I'm assuming it's pretty goddamn late.
Probably going close to like midnight at the very least, if not like 1 o'clock.
I'm going to go and deliver something to the Wayfarers Guild about our little bandit issue. See if maybe it fetches us anything, and then I'm going to properly tuck in for bed.
I will
will-
plant myself in the lobby of the inn as usual.
Uh.
Please reaffirm the apology for the disturbance we gave that lady with the coffee I offered. Thank you.
Lesty,
Hmm.
I need you to check if he's still in there.
If who is still in where? Oh, who?
Oh, right, you haven't seen him. Seville, I need you to check if he's still in there. Seville,
Yes.
please.
Check if who's still in where.
The one guy, the hunter, is still. in the
Oh,
I just give him a long, withering glance. Seems like just a guy.
Oh, is this the man you called the devil?
guy.
He always seems like just a guy at first.
You're evil, you described him as. I was
Indeed, I
expecting a
did,
big
Leslie.
threat. But Seville
Oh.
said he was rather nice.
He definitely is a big threat.
Lester Bonus, can't you detect good and evil?
Do I have detect good and evil?
No, it's fucking.
I have protection for.
I know
protection
Reginald
for good and
has
evil.
it. He can check.
Of
I don't
all
have it,
fucking
no.
people. Oh, okay.
I have poison and disease.
What is it?
Oh,
I have,
okay.
I have protection.
Okay. I look at you and I just go,
How about you cast it on him and allay his just
If he's in there, we need to get our story straight, all right?
The
Have you
story is
been-
the truth.
We found someone in distress in the tower and we saved them.
The lady probably could have killed us at any moment.
We saved them, Lesty.
I will not lie.
Lesty, I'm not asking you to lie. Just extend the truth of it.
Has anyone ever told you that you are exhausting?
Many times, yes.
That's a
Westerborn's marches on to
Good
the-
phrase for Reginald.
And you guys-
Reggie is going to peek inside and like do a little sweep to see if he's still in the bar area or if Engelbert has gone up to bed.
You don't see
God.
Engelbert anywhere. If anything, he's probably already off in bed, trying to rest up before he has to go back out and hunt manticores.
Reggie will quickly move into the room.
All right. You move into the tavern. The tavern keeper's there. There's some people milling about, having some drinks. But yeah, like I said, no Engelbert.
Alright, he's just gonna head to the room and then kind of. Reggie's sleeping on the floor because it's three of us paired up into the one room since Ori wants hers on her own. So he's just gonna take his spot on the floor.
Well,
Put his
no,
side-
you go out
Well,
of bed. I don't stay in
Lester-
the room.
Lesterborn stays out in the hall.
I
Because I
thought-
don't
You
sleep.
each have a bed.
Oh, there's two beds in the room. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna lean my rifle up against the bed, sit down, clothes fully on, shoes still on and everything, and just hat over the
You're
eyes.
a fucking monster.
Perfect.
God.
That's the hunter
Alright.
way.
I head into the Wayfarers Guild quickly.
Sure.
Head up to the desk. I'm assuming it's the night shift lady.
Indeed, it is her.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
We have a single lead. Unfortunately, we are leaving in the morning, so I don't know if this will actually fetch us any sort of completion on the job, but we have a single lead regarding the bandit case.
Oh, yeah, sure. She gets out like a little quill and some paper. Like, so what are the details? How are you?
I described to her the people I saw.
Okay.
I described to her the area they were, like the area I could see them in, and then note that it was definitely by the coast, given the what was very audible sounds of water, or like waves crashing and seagulls.
Right. She takes all these notes down. Considering how close you were to the train tracks, she pulls out like a map of the area. And you know what? Because you're right there, Aurelia, we'll see you get to see it too. Let me see if I can pull up for you. Is that it? Let me double check, make sure that's the right one. Yep, that is. So I'm gonna pull you guys over here real quick. And you're right, Aurelia's the one who's seeing this.
Okay. You know, you can actually drag like my pit portrait and put it on that map, and it'll only show me.
Yeah, but this is more fun.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So this will eventually be information you guys all know. So
Okay.
Here are
That's
Godspeed. And she's like, well, if it's near the coast, more than likely it's at Thalas Tower. Or Thalas's Tower. I can see about contacts to be able to gain some guards to check out the area. If everything comes back true, and we find the goods, and we rout out the bandits, then you'll be paid the full amount. Obviously, if you're not here, we'll have to credit to your account, in which case you can pick it up at any Wayfarers Guild outpost.
I assume there's one in Tearstrove.
Absolutely.
Then I will make sure to stop by there when we arrive.
Sure thing.
And I, upon my friend Lesterborn, I do apologize for the disturbance. I hope the coffee was well.
The coffee was wonderful. Tell him thank you.
I will. And I will head back to the inn. And I assume I see Lesterborn's curled up in the hall.
No, he sits down in the lobby, keeping an eye on the stairs with a book up, to try and feign that he's, doing that. Well, awake, because he doesn't want people to be like, why is that guy just sitting there in the lobby, not moving for 8 hours?
Right. Oh, where is it? Did I not add it? I think. Oh, I did. Okay, cool. Lesty,
Uh-huh.
would you follow me for a moment?
Sure.
And I go into my room and I usher him in.
He'd follow. The
should-
head is on the floor.
Yes. First, you're going to need to remove this. Secondly, and I shut the door behind me, I found something while I was out and about on my little travel through the town. And I was wondering if you could do your little magic trick of detecting if there were magical properties about what I found.
Sure. It'll just take a few moments.
I am going to then reach into my bag and pull out the engraved ruby.
Sure thing.
If you could take the head to Reggie and Seville for me while I do this, it'll only be but a moment. And I'm gonna start. I know it doesn't actually take time, but I'll do or what is it you're asking me actually? Just detect
magic, yes.
Okay.
I will then groan, drag the head, and knock. I go to like the other door, shutting my door behind me, and then knock on the door to see if either Seville or Reginald answers.
Reginald will pop up, alert out of his bed, and go and enter the door.
Take this, and I hand him the head.
Are you sure?
Lesterborn told me to bring it to you all. I don't want it in my room. And then at that, if whether he reaches his hands out to grab it or not, I hold it out and then drop it.
I will grab it.
And then I will walk back to my room.
And while she's out, do I detect anything from this?
It
Oh,
does-
sorry, not protection from good and
I know
evil.
what you
I meant to
mean.
hit detect.
Detect
Okay, yeah.
With detect magic, let's see here. There is a magical aura to it. Does it denote any level of like if it's a divination or evocation kind of style? It just seems like it's a item that enhances magical power of some kind.
Can I do a Arcana or investigation to try and identify like what this is? Is it like
I would say Arcana be what you're looking for.
all right? 13.
13? That's high enough. It's a very basic magical item. This is what's known as a Ruby of the War Mage.
Oh.
Is a item that requires attunement by spellcaster. You can attach this ruby to a weapon by using 10 minutes of time. Afterwards, the weapon can be used as a spell focus for your spells. It has to be a simple or martial weapon. So you can attach to a dagger, a staff, a mace.
Oh, so this
like
is
that.
how like you can make a spell sword, for example.
Basically, this allows you to not only that, but that way, if let's say for example you have a sword in one hand, you have to have an arcane focus in the other hand. By
Now you
using
can have
Ruby
something
Orange,
else in that hand.
you have something else in hand, or have it open.
All right.
And I
Um,
already can use my rapier as a focus, so.
I will convey that to Aurelia. This is a rather good find. It may sell for a good bit, or you may find use of it yourself.
I see. I'm not incorrect in saying that, right? My rapier, I believe, is already a focus.
I double check. I'm pretty sure that is the case for you because that's your whole shtick is that you use your weapon. But we'll double check and everything.
Okay. All right.
And if not, Seville may find use of it, I am not sure. I don't fully understand, or I would not say understand, but know how he fights.
I see. Thank you very much. And I will take the ruby from him and then pat him on his metal head. Now then, you have been quite the wonderful help, but if you would excuse me,
He's
and
already
I'm
walking out the door.
was gonna say if he
Give a
does,
little nod of his head.
I was gonna say if he doesn't, I just start unbuttoning my jacket to like hopefully
He would
embarrass the shit out of him.
rush out of the door.
Yeah.
Such is not for my eyes. Please
I
have
will
good
put
night, Aurelia.
I will put the ruby back in my possession, and I will send my ass to bed.
Okay.
Right before he leaves, actually, I would like to add to that the such is not for my eyes. Have a good night, Aurelia. Reginald is actually in the other room. I am not him. And he will close the door behind him and hustle down the stairs before the bomb goes.
I would never. She just hears me hears through the door.
All right. Reginald is currently peeking through the door, waiting for Lesty to leave.
He has left and goes down the stairs.
And then he is going to take some rope and the head and tie it up at eye level in front of Aurelia's door.
Make me a. What would this be?
A construction check.
I'm gonna say it's a survival check because you're used to. This is like kind of something like setting up a trap for like trapping rabbits and stuff, but it's kind of used as a scare tactic. So I'll say roll me a survival check. It's about securing rope and all that to hang this up.
13.
It's a little shoddy, but it'll. I mean, as long as nobody comes by and smacks it, it'll probably hold.
That's
The
good.
guy
enough.
just immediately comes by and smacks it.
And then I am going to return to bed.
We sleep.
You all hit a long rest.
Hooray! I already clicked it.
Level 4.
What?
Yeah.
Every long rest, I level up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's a
boy.
passive of a sorcerer, actually. And we
That's
have no
crazy.
level cap.
That's actually crazy. Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys awaken in the morning.
I do have to. Do you mind if we take our break right here, real quick? I really have
Oh.
to use the bathroom.
This actually
You kind of
works.
forget that thing.
We do kind of.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
forget about the
Uh,
break as well.
This also works because hey, guess what? You
Oh.
guys are actually level 4 now.
I knew it. I wrote this game, guys. I wrote the game.
Hell yeah.
It's in
All
my
right, I'm gonna use
notes.
the bathroom. BRB.
We go ahead and
Yeah, we're gonna take this break to
Character and
level up and
level.
all that. I'm going to. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna just go use the bathroom real quick. Oh, BRB.
Yep.
Let's see.
that's a good one.
level 4.
And back.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah, what's up?
is there a feat I could take to allow me to reload on the same turn that I shoot?
There should be, unless you don't meet the requirements for it. But let me double check.
I'm just
Well,
not sure
there are
what
a lot
the
of
name
feats.
would be.
Oh, there's one called Firearm Specialist at the bottom.
I imagine fire switch would
So
be
what
the
does
one
this
you
do?
need.
If you roll a misfire on an attack with a firearm, you
Would
can
you-
use your reaction to roll a d20. If the
There's-
number is higher than the weapon's misfire score, it does not misfire.
We don't use misfire here. Not for basic. For what is equivalent to like modern tech, we're not going to do that because misfire.
It does say these game mechanics are useful in campaign if your DM allows them but are not refined. So if you want, you could turn that into your own rule of reload once
reload.
per short
I'd
rest.
be up to Chris for that
Yeah.
one if he'd be okay with that, because I do get a significant DPS output gain by being able to reload on the same turn.
Well, it would probably be the same of once per short rest.
No, it's like stuff like that would just be
To balance it, I should say.
yeah.
Like, if you want to, I'm fine if you like, if I could do that. Well, let's see. Yeah, at level 5, I'll be able to take extra attack, and then I suppose I could just use my second attack to reload. If you're fine with that. So I could pick something different for level 4.
Yeah, we'll say that because yeah, like you said, like the uptick in damage you'd be doing per turn if you could just reload on an attack essentially, or the bonus action would be
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, which is why I figured I'd run it by you before I did anything like that.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do I take? I take sharpshooter.
Ooh, sharpshooter's good.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Sharpshooter is much better than the ability score increase I could get.
Well, you also do get an ability score increase off of it.
A minor
Well,
one.
you
yeah.
get the
Yeah,
So
small
I
one.
would get to pick having an additional one or a feat. So I went with the
Yeah,
feat
the
for
two
Feats
sharpshooter.
are
feats.
just really good overall. Usually, there's very seldom there's a bad feat. to
Did they
get.
change what Keen Mind is?
You might be looking at the 2024 version of the Legacy version.
It's in the core rules. It says.
Uh,
Oh, okay, but there's also the legacy
Yeah.
ones. There's another Keen Mind in there.
yeah, it's probably the 2024.
New Keen
release.
Mind is stinky. What the heck is the study action as a bonus action?
It's basically the equivalent of like making an investigation check. I think they're trying to like code word things that makes it more readable.
Keen Mind could be pretty good for me.
For an investigator like you, Keymine would be fucking amazing.
Very good. Yeah. So I
Right.
don't have to remember it either myself. I just ask the DM.
Yet
Don't
another
Caleb
No, I really
me.
like the.
Okay, there we
oh,
go.
you know what? 100% I'm gonna. But there's a ton here that aren't in Baldur's Gate. So it's like I'm looking through a bunch that aren't there, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Drow High Magic. Oh, I could make Detect Magic not cost a spell slot, but that'd be nice if I already didn't have it, because you learn it with this.
You have to
Also
be
learn Levitate and Dispel, each of which you can cast once.
you
without
have to be
expending
an
a spell
elf
slot.
though.
It doesn't say that.
Does it not say that for you?
No, it just says you learn more of the magical Dark Elves.
That's weird. 'Cause I'm looking
You
at Drow
regain
High
the
Magic
ability-
and just
Those two. It was under expanded rules. Was there not artificer? What am I?
sorcerer.
Who am I? No, not sorcerer. Race.
Oh right, a Warforged.
Thank you. No, there's not.
Sharpshooters are really-
Telekinetic is
I'm
pretty
already with
funny. Telekinetic lets you do Mage Hand when it's invisible.
Yeah.
And it also increases the range.
Do shit with your mind, man.
As a bonus action, you can try to telekinetically shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. So you don't even need the mage hand for this.
Yeah, you just literally just go boom, and you just telekinetically push them.
And that's a bonus action. That would give me a bonus action, which I do not have. And it also would let me raise my... What do I want to raise on my character?
If your for your spell had to be charisma, would be your main thing to increase.
And this does let me raise charisma. Maybe I do take it. Does the keen mind let me, or is that an intelligence?
Keen mind, I think, is intelligence based. I have to imagine it is, but
Suck.
let's see. Keen mind, the legacy version, yeah, increases your intelligence by 1. And then is this the one for the new one? Yeah. Increases, yeah, then you get.
Yeah, the new one's stinky.
I mean, they're trying to like. To be
Compared
fair,
to the original, I should say. Solely in a... Like, on its own, it's fine. But compared to what Keen Mind is... Recall
Keen-
anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
yeah,
One for one. Always know north. Know the exact time at all times.
it's one of
That's
those
so
things
nice.
where the thing is, I think they changed it because they didn't want to put so much onus on the fucking DM for that shit.
DM. I mean, yeah, it's the I hate the DM one.
Yeah, it's the high DM one, as shown in campaign 2, because fucking Caleb, Keen Mind.
Oh wait, I also get to swap a spell, right?
when you level, yeah, you get to swap a spell out.
I would
Do I have add spells.
Welcome
Okay,
back.
I also learned a cantrip and a spell.
Hell yeah.
That
I can
motherfucker.
swap
I
one.
have to level up now. How do I do that in here?
Go to
Manage
the upper
levels.
left.
Oh.
Yeah. Click your thing and manage levels, and then just set it to full.
Click my thing.
Just click your thing, man.
Which thing?
What's the difference between the picture or whatever? I don't know. I
Uh,
can't see it right now, but it's
you
in
have
the
to-
upper left.
You click manage
did
and then manage levels or character, and then click that one. That should bring you to your level thing.
Manage character and levels.
Yep.
I'm now level 4.
Oh, the new
What?
messages.
Does it
Oh,
tell
which
me if
page?
I? Does it tell me if I? Oh, it gives me like a little exclamation mark if there's something new.
It's a new guy, which basically any class that hits level 4 gets the same thing, which is you gotta take 2
Ability score.
2 ability scores, or you take a feat.
God damn. There's too many feats.
There are a
A
lot.
lot of
Yeah, which-
feats.
Chris, what do you recommend between? Or no, sorry, I'll let you finish that. Sorry, I don't want to pile on.
That's fine. I have no clue because I'd like to take a feat, but I have no idea what to do
Chris
with
could give a
them.
recommendation to something that would fit you.
Yes, recommendation DM for
Uh,
feats.
Let's see here.
How you've seen me play and act.
Well, I mean, obviously, any kind of magicness should be great because that gives you just more spells to use.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So-
let's see here. Let me see what
And bear in mind that you're a warlock, so you actually get to use your spell slots.
Not quite a warlock. I'm a blood hunter.
but
Well,
they
she's
still
she's
come
like
back,
she's,
on
she
a
is,
short rest?
She's a
Okay,
quarter.
sure.
She's a quarter caster.
All right.
Yeah, imagine
Where
initiative
would
of,
that? What would that be?
So yeah, imagine initiative for cleric, druid, and wizard. Each give you based on your stats. So I think cleric and druid would be based on your wisdom. Wizard would be based off your int, and you are an int-based caster due to your bond. So imagine a wizard would give you 2 cantrips and another spell to use. So and also again, you use your warlock spell slot for this. It means it's upcasted to the highest level you have, which would be not sure what would be at this point. 2. So it'd be 2nd level spell casting all the time. Alternatively, spell sniper is great because it gives you an increase to intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You ignore half cover and 3/4 cover for your spells, and this is the best one. If you're within 5 feet, you cast a spell. It does not impose disadvantage.
Well, my sword's done way better than. So.
So that if you have a close range spell, or a spell that's like good at mid range, but they're close enough, then you can do that. Let's see.
I've used Firebolt a lot, so I'll keep
Let's see.
So I pick intelligence. Oops. Feet. Magic. Oh wait, I already took it. Huh? Where did it go?
Oh, it might
I
be because
clicked it and then it. Huh?
what's it showing?
I clicked it and now I said magic initiate, me initiate, wizard. And then I clicked charisma. And now I don't know what to do because
Wait.
It should be
Yeah,
opening
well,
up more
Wait,
drop-down
you
menus.
Said, you said Imagination Wizard?
yeah,
Alright, so you should be
that's the
set
one
to...
you said to do.
Yeah, you should set it to Intelligence because you're an Endcaster.
Oh fuck me! How do I get rid of that?
Just click on the drop down and just set it to Intelligence.
Well, so here's the problem. It went away after I clicked charisma.
Okay. Let me,
Now I can click feat again, but then like if I go open the thing, I see magic initiate, cleric, and druid, and not wizard.
Okay, let me see here.
Share your screen.
I see Wizard, I see Intelligence on your character sheet.
Where does
Try
how do I
try refreshing your page.
refresh? Ah, here it is. Cool. So it just went away for a minute. That's so fucking annoying. Wait, I'm int.
So yeah, and then from there you'll have 3 drop downs. You choose, I think it's 2 cantrips and then a leveled spell from the list.
These all look like. I wish they told me what was a cantrip and what wasn't.
It should be the first 2 are cantrips and the third one's a leveled spell.
Do you see the list I have?
Okay, let me pull up your character sheet. Hold on.
It's
They
a
look
weird
the
one.
same.
Let's see here. Manage character levels.
I'm streaming.
All right. Oh yeah. So yeah. Let me pull up your thing then. Hold on.
It's the same across both.
Okay. Yeah. The top. Okay. So the first one. Yeah. That's,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no,
This
no.
is the spell.
That's on the spell. That's your ability. Down to the bottom where it says choose a spell. Those 3. The first 2 in that list. The first 2. No. Go down. Down one more. Okay. Those 3. Okay. Of those 3, the first 2 give you a cantrip. And the last one gives you a leveled spell.
Okay.
So you just click on it, it'll give you the list.
Ooh, I could take magic missile.
Alright, so
Great
it,
smell.
and it's not showing me the when you click the drop down, it doesn't show me the actual list, which is funny.
Oh, that's really weird.
That's
Hold
very
on.
weird. That's fine though. It's fine. As long as you're able to pull up the list and everything, that's good.
Yep, I can.
That's why I was wondering why you're
Oh, this is
pulling
gonna
up all
take
that.
a while. Fuck me.
It's fine. You guys are about to wake up and get on a train. Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen on the train. We
A
see
lot
Nothing
of things
bad
can
ever
happen.
happens.
All right, I'll figure this out afterwards then.
It's all good. All right. Okay, close this out. So not bothering with that. All right, cool. All right, are we all back? Are we all good to go?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
Just a moment. I am very much still getting spells prepared.
Sure thing. Ah, ooh.
Oh my god, the fucking filter thing is obnoxious. Okay, there we go. Fuck it. Go with that. Okay.
No worries. Again, you guys are on a train. If you need to make some adjustments while we're on the train, you can make adjustments.
Yeah, I'll probably just do this after the session.
Yeah.
All right. You wake up and Aurelia, when you exit your room,
Hold on, I'm gonna ask. Which way does the door open?
it opens inward.
Okay.
You open the door,
Continue.
and there is nothing hanging in front of your door.
Oh, cool. All right, I go about my day.
Oh no.
I head downstairs. I'll say I got up pretty early, and I will head down and wait for the group. I have my suitcase packed and everything out of the room.
What are the rest of you doing? Are you guys just packing up and heading downstairs?
And in the lobby.
Oh yeah, you already stand in the lobby, yeah.
I'm going to open the door and look out to see if I beat Aurelia out.
I mean, you see the door is closed. You don't see the wolf head hanging about.
I think I got everything in there.
And I'm just going to panic upon seeing that the wolf head is gone and run downstairs.
Downstairs, you see Aurelia and Lusterborn just sitting at a table, probably enjoying a small little breakfast thing or coffee before heading out.
Definitely a coffee.
I'm going to slowly and casually walk over to the innkeep. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, can I help you?
Did you see anyone carrying a large wolf's head?
Oh, I didn't see anybody carrying a large wolf's head. I did carry a deformed wolf head that was mounted out of my place because somebody put it in front of a customer's door.
Ah, yes, that's the one. Where is it?
Might I ask why you're asking about it?
Oh my god, I hope he threw it away.
It's a gift for a friend, and then I figured I would just play a little joke on another one of our friends that's a bit uptight.
Ah. Let's see what he did with it. He looks at you real hard, rolls his eyes, reaches behind the counter, and pulls up the deformed wolf head, and goes, "Word of advice, don't do this in establishments."
Fair enough, fair enough. It was not my best prank.
No, it was not. Nearly gave me a fright while I was walking stairs.
My apologies, sir.
Just don't let it happen again.
I'm gonna slide some money over, and while I'm here, I might as well order breakfast for that table over there. And I'm pointing to where Aurelia and Lusty are sitting.
Sure thing. He will take the
And
money
the-
and then call back to the kitchen to cook up some grub.
How much?
About, let's see, I think it's like,
I forget how much the breakfast were.
I forget too sometimes. I think it's like 3 silver per person, so if there's 4 of you, then it'd be
All
like
right.
1
Aw,
gold, 2
thanks.
silver.
Yeah, I slide over 12 silver and just. Well, I slide over 14 silver because I feel bad,
Yeah, he takes it.
and then I go
Sure thing.
with the wolf head in hand.
Seville, what are you doing?
I am just gonna get up and probably go downstairs and look for my group. Presumably already see Aurelia. And I assume see fucking Reggie poking his head out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The coffee here is not that bad. Sip, sip, sip.
What does it taste like?
Yeah, right.
Well, I've had coffee before. Is this anything special?
No.
It's
Not
very,
really.
It's very normal house blend kind of stuff.
It's fine.
That's how you know it's the good stuff then.
Oh. I guess so.
I approach the table and kind of just set the wolf head right next to Aurelia on the table, and then sit down. Good morning.
Why do you insist on constantly putting this thing in front of me when you don't want it to get harmed?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
Lestaborns would actually get up and grab the wolf head, but he just carry it back to his seat, just so it's away from Aurelia, but still kind of close by, but unintentionally.
I would make sure you keep that thing well attended. Next time I see it, if it's not, then nobody's around, gift or not, I'm stabbing it.
I've been
That would
taking
be
very good
very
care of
neat.
it. Kept it in very secure locations.
I see.
You would stab a gift? Is this normal?
I
It is
feel
not
like.
normal, Lesty.
Anyways, shall we check on the train after a bit to eat and see when we'll be leaving?
Ah, yes, I have breakfast on the way to the table now.
Ah, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Sure enough, after a few moments, breakfast is served. A nice hot plate of some small waffles, some crepes, some sausage links, and stuff like that.
All right. Chow down.
Any
Once-
fruit?
Yeah, you can ask for some
Dried
fruit. They
veggies?
probably give you some.
I wouldn't ask for it. I wouldn't ask for it. Like, what was brought out?
He said that. He
probably-
said it was brought out.
Yeah, so
No,
probably,
I heard, but like, was there,
They probably been like a
It's
small
the
like smattering of like little fruit pastries, perhaps.
oh, pastries. All right.
Basically, the D&D equivalent of like a Pop Tart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything we wanted to get done before we leave today?
I was going to go buy some more celebratory cigars. I seem to have run quite dry after the last train ride.
I see.
If you were looking for something to occupy the time, Aurelia, I don't know if it is of anything import, but the stable master had mentioned, or I would not say mentioned, but seemed to have a reaction when I had mentioned your name.
Didn't you bring this up already?
I did not. I brought that up out of character before the session.
I see. Well, while not impossible, the Bloodstone name is a bit more widely known outside of Crown Croft. So it wouldn't surprise me, given our sort of vast workings across the continent, that somebody would have heard about us. Did it seem like he was eager to meet me, or just a passing he recognized the name?
Seemed shocked.
Shock.
It could have been that, as you had said, a Bloodstone had used his fancy cart, which is an honor in a small town like this, or could be something else, or none of the above.
Well, he really. She just froze her brow, trying to decide if it's worth it to go see this fucking stable guy or not.
Outside of that, I do not mind heading to make sure everything at the train yard is correct right now, as I don't have to eat.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. I guess I'll go see this stable boy again. And I'll stand up and head off to the stable.
Reggie, I hate to trouble you, but would you be willing to look after this once more? I have been told that people are quite frightened by you.
I would be honored to, Lesty.
Thank you.
He
And
will
he'd give a
never
little
leave my sight.
nod of his head and make his way off to the train station.
I'm going to eat my breakfast and then the breakfast I ordered for Lesty, and
so-
then go to the shop in the Wayfarers Guild.
Sure. Seville, what are you doing?
I am going to head off towards the train station.
Okay. We'll start with let's roll this.
Try to get-
Let's see. So be Lesterborns and Seville, then Reggie, and then Aurelia. Alright, we're starting with Seville and Lesterborns.
Yes.
You're both heading towards the train station. You see a train pulled in already. Looks like it's being maintained at the moment, not currently racking up to go. But you do see a large train in the station at the moment.
I'm not sure if you had anything you were looking into specifically, but I see well, actually real quick out of character. Do I see like a clerk or a conductor or anything like that?
There is in the building, you see like there's the Ticketmaster at the front, there is a guy off to the side who's kind of just like probably close to like a train master. Basically a guy who kind of like who works like he conducts the train, all that. Like the conductor, yeah. Took me a while to get to that fucking word. But yeah, he's
You're good.
hanging out there.
I will speak with the conductor, make sure the train is still leaving as scheduled and that our tickets are still good. I'm not sure if you had something you wish to do as well.
No, I more wanted a better estimate on how much more time we have here.
2 peas in a pod. And Lesterborns will march forward towards the conductor. Up to you if you want to play it out. But he would just ask, is the train still on time and are tickets still good? Like, is it just as simple as we get on the train later?
Yeah. You ask if the train's still good to go and if your tickets are still good. He responds to both in, the tickets are still good. Train will probably be leaving about 11, maybe about noon.
Where's the sun at right now?
The sun is, do you have Keen Mind?
I do not. That's
Okay.
why I'm not asking specifically. I'm just looking for the sun.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys just woke up. It's probably like 7:30 or something. You got like 3 hours for it to even worry about it.
All right. Lesterborns will turn to look to Seville. Did you have anywhere else you wish to stop? Otherwise, we can either wait here for the others or see about passing the time somehow.
Well, 3 hours isn't much to do. It doesn't leave us with much time to finish up the missions we took from the Wayfarers Guild. And I believe Aurelia is going to inform them, so... I suppose it's up to you, Lesty.
I see a bench over there. Want to just play cards?
He lets out a small warm smile and says,
I'd like nothing more, good sir.
And that's how they'll pass the time.
Sure thing. Let's see here. D4 for this. Here's my D4. Here's my D4. Alright, we're going with Reggie. So you're going to the Wayfarer's shop to get more cigars?
Yep.
What are even the cost of cigars in D&D?
That's a great question.
that is a good question.
D&D cigars. Cigars do exist in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh yeah.
Be surprised if they didn't, to be honest.
One of the pictures for the D&D background has a guy smoking a cigar.
In second edition, they were worth 10 gold pieces. I'm not charging that much.
Oh
for
my
it.
lord.
And they're luxury items. to
They
be
are
fair,
luxury
yeah.
items. But I mean, there's,
There's
they're just like, if these are like, well, let me ask Reggie, are you looking for ritzy cigars, or are you just looking for something you can just smoke on the fly?
Smoke on the fly.
All right. In that case, I would say 1 GP gives you like 10 cigars.
I'll spend 2 gold getting cigars.
All right. You have 20 cigars.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
All right. And then all I'll do is head to the train station, catch up with the others.
Okay. And then we'll finally cut off to Aurelia, who is heading down south through the market street to the was it not the wheelhouse, but the wagon station.
Your team named the wagon station.
Broom's Wagons. And entering inside, I was just say, Orly, what do you do? Do you just walk to the building and go inside, or what are you doing?
I will walk into the building, look around, seem like I'm perusing. Do I see anybody working there?
Yeah. You see a tall, I believe when I introduced, he was a half-orc man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tall half-orc man, shaved head, a little bit of scarring, just kind of like looks like he's covered in dust and sawdust, like he worked on wood and all that.
I see. Hello, sir. Do you happen to be the man who loaned us a cart the other night? Particularly a rather fancy, ornate one for events and such.
Oh, that's right. I loaned you all the fancy one.
Yes.
You were with
well,
that
first,
that clicky dude and the mustache guy, right?
yes, the clicky dude and the insufferable mustache man. Yes. I was made aware that one of our party apparently brought some interest to you upon being named.
Oh, yeah, they mentioned Bloodstone family.
Oh, yes. I was curious what you knew about them or what had enticed you.
He leans against the counter and pulls out a little pipe and starts smoking it. Just, when I mentioned the name Bloodstone, I remember a man who came through here a few years back. What was his name? Shit, where is it? That was right here.
I like to imagine he's saying that.
Shit. I wrote his name down somewhere
It's
in
on
my
the pipe.
DM notes.
I was an apprentice at the time before I took over Broom's Wagons, and this fella came in. He ordered a cart, traveled down south. Arandos Bloodstone was his name.
Arandos.
Yep, tall, sleek fella. Always looked like he held himself proper, but in his eyes you could tell that he was itching for a fight. He was like he was ready to throw down at any time.
He was the one that you told me was part of the Wayfarers Guild before, right, Arandos?
Yep.
Or was it Caius? Okay. I see. So he had passed through here before.
Oh, you know him?
Yes, I do know him. Interesting. And thank you for indulging my little question. I was just curious about how you knew the name.
Yeah, seems like just yesterday.
Let me see. Do you know what he was doing, if I may?
He was investigating something. He was gonna take it down south and then head out west towards the Fixian Wastes. Thought the guy was mad for doing it, but came back.
Wait.
Wagon was a mess, but came back alive, which is more I can say for many who had out there.
I see. Yeah, to the waste. Very, would I happen to recall any reason why somebody in my family would have been sent out there?
I wouldn't even make a roll for it. Really, there's no reason why anybody would go on Fixian Wastes. It is wild
Alright.
magic. It is dangerous, filled with monsters and beasts. It is
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting there like, yeah, that sounds like some shit he'd decide to go do. Right. Well, certainly a daring one he is. Thank you for, again, indulging. I'll get out of your hair. I just wanted to come by and thank you for the use of the cart.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Anytime, y'all.
Of course. I'm going to leave, and then I just stew the whole way back of, holy shit, he went to the waste and came back. Of course he fucking did, goddammit, I need to be better than him. I will head off to the train station.
Sure thing. While Seville and Lesserborns are playing cards, Reggie comes by. He's probably telling the story about the Panther again. Aurelia finally catches up, and you are all reunited at the train station.
Uh,
The lead anywhere? Lead.
oh, he had happened to run into another family member of mine a few years ago. That was all.
Ah. Yeah, apparently the train is still perfectly on time, and or at least mine and Sevil's tickets are still valid. I
Well,
do
then
not
I
want to
s-
give you a guarantee on yours.
Well, I assume mine is, or else they'll be held to pay. I sit down next to Lesty.
At the mention of ticket, Reginald is going to like panically try to find his ticket.
He has so many pockets.
Way too many pockets.
Everything all right there, Reggie?
Reggie,
Oh, yes, yes.
roll me a D100. I'm just
Oh,
fucking
no.
with you. I'm just fucking with you. You're good.
I
do
actually
it.
believe that one.
I do it.
In his drunken
He has to
stupor,
go buy
he just
another ticket.
lost his ticket.
I
Hey,
wouldn't
you
buy
got it.
another one. I'd sneak on.
That goal's got to be safe
So
for
I guess-
cigars.
Now is a better time than any. I guess we could do it on the train. However, I'd like to discuss as a group, as we have not all sat down and done this, what exactly are our plans when we reach the city.
Well, I do believe I did promise you all that for helping me arrive, I would aid in your little investigation. So I will gladly tag along, but I do have one errand I need to run, and my sole purpose of being in Tears Trove. So, while it is a bit of a private affair, if you all wouldn't mind at least indulging my quick sort of errand. And then I am, unless otherwise given new orders, I guess, at your disposal for your assistance.
And you, Reggie?
I just kind of assumed I would follow you guys where you were going. I have no higher destination on this voyage. I'm just simply along for the adventure, and you guys seem like you attract a lot of adventure.
Then I have a favor to ask. I had brought this up with Seville before. But if, as Aurelia, you will be doing your errand, and Reggie, I am not sure if you'll ever split from the party, but please. And he's going to, wow, the results of this is greatly going to depend on this roll. DM, can I have Lestiborn's quickly sketch 2 drawings of the man he saw?
Yeah, sure thing.
With just like some like a black charcoal or a pencil or whatever pen he's got.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be like a charcoal thing. I imagine for that you use that for sketches of stuff you'd use.
Would it be like a performance check or
I would say more of a
acrobatic?
sleight of hand.
No, not
more or
acrobatic.
less.
Sleight of hand.
Because you're not trying to like make a visually stunning. You're just trying to get details, which requires a dexterous hand to kind of carve those things out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it'd be sleight. Of hand.
11.
And 11, it's more or less a good facsimile of it. It's not exact, but you're getting the main points across. The ears, the ponytail, the hair. You're getting like the physical features down. Just it's not as detailed, but it's got the main points on it.
Frustrated if there's any parts, like I'm sure like some of it, like the ears probably just looks like a squiggle on one of them. He'd probably draw a line and say slightly one cut ear or whatever. Just in his frustrations of I didn't draw that right. And he's gonna offer both of them for 2 each.
See,
This is a man we are looking for. We do not know his name, but if you ever bump into him, blonde hair, ponytail, please let us know.
I'll
Anyway,
keep my eyes pierced.
yes,
Thank you.
will do.
I just look at him when he says that.
Mr. Borns looks back and offers a little smile.
No. I look at Reggie.
Oh, okay. But outside of that, I guess as long as I am not occupied, if you need any help, Aurelia, and Reggie, if anything comes up for you, I will offer my skills as an asset in any way you need.
I'm quite sure I can take care of my business by myself, but thank you for the
There's
offer.
one thing I should ask before I go along with this, and I would hate to be rude, but would you all like my company as you progress forward?
Yes.
Absolutely. If nothing else, you certainly seem to make things interesting.
I look at Aurelia, Miss Bloodstone.
Lester Wars looks at Aurelia.
I'd be outvoted even if I said no. So I will say yes.
I would like
That's
to
the
know,
closest
though,
thing to a compliment I've gotten from you. I'll take it.
if this was instead a unanimous vote, how would you vote? If this vote was instead unanimous, if one person said no, we would go with the no. If everyone said yes, we'd go with the yes. How would you vote?
I think this is your tendencies and your inability to sometimes take cooperative action leaves a lot to be desired. But to say you're not an asset, it would be lying. So
Reggie is tearing up.
I have no objections for now, but should your stunts eventually end up causing us danger, I will have absolutely no problem with the vote being no.
How much danger is permitted?
It depends on how it depends on how we got there and if you were the direct cause.
You're really actually laughing. Well, sounds
make
like it's
sure to
planned.
play-
So for now, I will say the vote is yes, but I reserve the right to change it.
A lady does have the right to change their mind.
Is there a conveniently timed train horn at that moment?
Choo
Please.
choo.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's time. We should make our way.
And yes, and unfortunately, his point from earlier when we talked to Miss Luna means that I can't think of a quite memorable of enough mission for a rebrand. So, and I reach into my pocket. You see me pull like a scrap of paper out that I had been writing names on. I crumple it up and just throw it away. Perhaps next
Can I
time.
attempt to catch it so I can read off the names that have been suggested?
Please don't. I didn't think of any.
Well, that means you leave Rex to think of them.
I'm
and
going
it's
to
all
attempt
gonna
to
be
catch it,
puns.
and I'm going to keep it for later
Okay.
to use to make fun of her in the future.
Team. I bet the
Already
top one's
regretting
Team
that.
Bloodstone.
I am already regretting everything. All right.
All right.
I guess
all-
we get on the train.
You all board the train.
Yay, train time again.
Choo choo.
You know, we met on a train.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
aware.
And now we're adventuring on a train.
Go
Locomotivators. It's just
You can go
adding
fuck
to it.
yourself on this train.
We fought on a
Damn.
train. We've loved on a train. We've been happy and sad. Like the train's the
Smoked on,
the
we've
real
all
leader
smoked
of the
on a
group.
train.
We were motivated on a train.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of us here has smoked a cigar on a train.
I have not.
Yep.
You have.
I tried. It did smoke.
It burned. That counts.
Yeah, it burned, but I didn't inhale any of it. It just sort of burned.
It's okay. Look at us.
Look at us.
And you're all making your way down to Tear Shrove.
Hooray.
Let's see here.
Big city.
The big city.
He's about to.
Cobalt attack.
He's about to cut the session early because he doesn't have Tears Trove ready.
I assume we would
Shut
just do
up.
something on the train if that
No,
happened.
no, he's got the cobalt ready.
He's getting the kobolds
Ben,
again.
Ben,
I
I'm
think
your
you just
DM.
killed
You,
Bim.
Ben, you don't have to call me out like that, you motherfucker.
God is that?
I'm fine cutting the session early if y'all.
To be
are-
fair, I've called Bib out on that too. all
Yeah,
the time,
that's
every
true.
chance I can.
I mean,
call
remember
him
the
out on it.
time we tried to go through the trials backwards, and Ben's like, "Please don't. I haven't made the last one yet."
True. True. I did. I bet. Please don't.
Yeah, no, I'll be working on the map for Tears Shrove over the next week to make sure it's ready for next session.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
Yeah.
I just spend the train ride pondering my orb then. Like, actually.
I am going to once again sit by a window, but this time closer to Lusty.
Lusty is in the corner once again, though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be closer to you, not right next to you. I want to give you your space.
All right.
If the three of them are sharing a space, I'm still sitting away.
I'm they're fucking in their corner. I'm in my corner.
I'm in my corner.
So you have
We have all.
you are the only team that is just spread across 4 corners.
Yes.
Three.
Well, I mean,
Three.
Oh, 3, yeah. 3
Reginald
Because
with
Reggie's
Lester.
with me. Yeah.
And as soon as like the ticket taker leaves and passes his inspection, I light up a cigar.
You sure do. People are annoyed at you for doing so.
I will say that as I walked past Reginald and he did it, I reach out my hand for one. Does he give it?
Of course I do.
I take it. I go to the back.
I open the window to help.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. You are all on the train. It'll be about a week's travel, and you'll be entering Tears Trove.
Nice. Very cool.
hell yeah.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Let's go.
That was a lot of fun.
I like Luna.
Lola.
Yeah, I like
Lola, sorry.
It's all good.
Luna's in
Luna.
Luna's in my game.
I mean, we all know Reginald liked Lola.
Yeah.
Wasn't Lola like a hag? Like, isn't she like 50,000 years old?
Egg.
I mean,
We didn't establish that.
The word hag has lost all meaning to me, thanks to Twitter.
thanks,
love it.
Twitter.